My name is Marcus Hale, and I still replay this moment every time I close my eyes. I thought I was just doing a normal morgue prep on a quiet night. I had done this work dozens of times before without incident. I believed the dead were predictable, still, silent, incapable of surprises. That belief lasted exactly 1 second, because the moment that corpse grabbed my hand, my entire reality fractured. I remember thinking my glove must have snagged. I remember telling myself muscles twitch after death. I remember how calm I tried to stay. But calm doesn't survive when cold fingers close around your wrist. This wasn't a reflex. This wasn't physics. This was intention. The grip tightened like it knew me, like it had been waiting for my touch. I didn't scream at first. Shock stole my voice. Time slowed in that sterile room. The lights buzzed louder than they should have. My heartbeat drowned out every rational thought. I felt watched long before I realized I wasn't alone. People think morgues are scary because of death. They're wrong. They're scary because sometimes death doesn't behave. Sometimes it reaches back, and sometimes it remembers your name. I had just started my first solo night shift as a mortuary assistant at Riverside Medical Center. The building was old, built long before comfort mattered. The prep room smelled like disinfectant and something faintly metallic. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead in a rhythm I couldn't ignore. The refrigeration units hummed like mechanical breathing. Every sound echoed too much. Every shadow felt deliberate. I told myself this was normal. I told myself nerves would pass. The body on the table was tagged John Doe, unidentified. Male, middle-aged, no visible trauma. Cause of death pending autopsy. I'd been instructed to prep the chest incision. Gloves on, tools laid out, clipboard set aside. Routine, predictable, safe. I remember noticing how cold the room felt despite the temperature gauge. I remember how the body's skin looked slightly waxy under the lights. I remember thinking the hands seemed tense. I ignored that thought. Dead hands don't tense, they relax, they surrender. At least that's what I believed, until I reached for the scalpel. My hand hovered inches above the chest when it happened. Something closed around my wrist, not brushed, not bumped, grabbed, firm, deliberate. Cold fingers pressed into my glove. My breath caught painfully in my throat. I didn't move. I couldn't. Fear locked every muscle. Slowly, painfully, I looked down. The corpse's hand was wrapped around mine. Its grip was tight enough to hurt. The skin felt wrong. Not stiff, not lifeless, just cold and strong. My mind screamed explanations it didn't believe. Post-mortem spasms, residual nerve firing, anything but what I was seeing. The fingers flexed. Once. Like reassurance. Like ownership. My vision blurred. Sweat pooled under my gloves. I tried to pull away gently. The grip tightened in response. That's when I knew this wasn't accidental. Something was responding to me. As panic surged, I noticed something worse. The corpse's eyes were open. They hadn't been before. I was sure of it. They stared directly at my face, unblinking, wet, aware. I gasped and stumbled backward. The scalpel clattered across the floor. The hand released me instantly, like it had proven a point. The body went still again, completely still, too still. I stood shaking for several seconds, then minutes. I called my supervisor with trembling hands. My voice cracked as I explained. He laughed at first. Then he saw my wrist, red marks shaped like fingers. Security reviewed the footage. The camera never showed the body moving, not once. It showed me jerking back alone, reacting to nothing. They sent me home early, but when I checked the logs the next night, the body was gone. The fridge assigned to John Doe was empty. No transfer record existed, no cremation order, no burial paperwork. The tag lay on the tray, untouched. Security claimed a clerical error. Administration dismissed it quietly. But night staff whispered. They said bodies had gone missing before, always unidentified, always prepped alone, always after midnight. I quit 2 weeks later. I couldn't step into the prep room anymore. The buzzing lights made my skin crawl. Cold air felt like fingers brushing my arms. Sometimes I wake up gripping my own wrist. Sometimes I swear I feel pressure there, like a reminder, like a claim. I searched obituaries for weeks, never found a match, never found closure. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't finished. It wasn't angry, it was curious, testing boundaries, learning how much control it still had. And it learned something that night, that the living can feel fear just as deeply as the dead. So now I ask you, was it a hallucination born of exhaustion, a trick of stress and shadow, or something that refused to stay gone? Because hands don't grip without purpose, eyes don't open without awareness, and bodies don't vanish without reason. If this story unsettled you, it should have. There are more like it, stories told in whispers by people who walked away from places they shouldn't have stayed. If you want to hear them, subscribe to this channel right now. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Drop your theory in the comments. Tell me what you think grabbed my hand. And remember, if you ever feel something hold you in a place meant for the dead, don't assume you imagined it. Because sometimes they're just checking if you're still alive.